Guys, here is the goal brainstorming sheet. And I think this is a really important one for us to nail down really clearly and have a really good understanding of how it's done so we can do it with our clients, but also we can do it for ourselves and really hone in where we want to be. So the first step is to define your goal. Now, when I say define your goal, you want to define your goal using the SMART principle: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time specific. Okay, so for an example, a non-SMART goal would be I wanted to lose weight and feel better. A SMART goal is I wanted to lose 10 kilos and have more energy and stay awake all day. So it has to be very specific. Measurable means that you have to be able to know when it's done. I want to save some money is not a SMART goal. I want to save $1,000 is a SMART goal because it's measurable. It has to be achievable. I want to earn $1,000,000 this year. It's probably not an achievable goal for most of us, but I want to increase my income by 30% or 20% is an achievable goal. It has to be realistic. Um, Especially within the gym, we have people come in and say that I've got a wedding in 5 or 6 weeks. I need to drop 20 kilos. That's not a realistic goal. It has to be realistic for where you are in your life. So if you want to be a pro athlete and we've got kids and work and we're stuff like that, that's not realistic. But if I want to increase my athleticism and the sports that I'm at and just be a bit better, that's realistic. And you have to have a time on it. You can't just leave these things open-ended. You have to commit to a time. So within the next year, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z. So apply the SMART principle to anything you put in there. Why is it important to you? You need to know why these things are important because you don't want to be working on a goal that's not important. Because when things get hard and times get tough and things are meant to get tough, they're meant to be challenging and it's supposed to be ups and downs. You're supposed to win a few days, then lose a day and things like that. You need to know what your why is. So for me, when I think about strongman, one of my goals is to compete in the Arnold Strongman in Melbourne. Why is that important to me? Because I know because it's important for me because the amount of work that was required to go in and compete at that level is exciting for me, and it would show to me that I'm capable of competing on a stage at that level. What barriers are in the way? So these are things that are going to get in the way. So these for me might be my current ability to train, my nutrition, any injuries I have, my age as well, these little things as well. And you want to put down things that generally are the first things that you think of. So the barriers are generally the things that push you off working towards your goal. So I know in the past I wanted to buy a house and generally my income has put me off. So the barrier for me buying a house, which is one of my goals, is my income is not high enough to be able to put enough money away. So that's a barrier. So put anything that you generally think of straight away that holds you back from thinking that goal is going to work for you in that square there. Now we go down to breaking it into steps. So if I go down to my goal of competing in the Arnold's, not next year, but the year after, what do I need to do in steps? Which competitions do I need to compete in? How many training sessions a week do I need to do? How much focus do I need to put into my nutrition? What do I need to do with my recovery and sleep? These are all the steps that I do it. And I can even break that down into 90-day windows as well. It's the same way we do with our athletes. We break their training cycles down into 12 weeks and 4-week cycles. We can break that down so it's much easier to achieve. So rather than thinking every day I've got 2 years to get ready for the Arnold, I've essentially only got 12-week blocks. Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Now, in terms of what skills and resources, if one of your goals is a learning goal, so one of my other goals is to increase my trading portfolio by 40% a quarter, my online trading skill needs to go up. In terms of the gym in coaching higher level athletes, what type of skills do I need to learn? So what type of skills, what type of knowledge or education do I need to, or what courses do I need to complete? What sort of environment do I need to be in? What do I need to learn or do? Okay. And then number 6 is who can help. Most of the time when you're working on a goal, working within a team that are working towards the same goal is a lot easier because we all go through ups and downs. So it's always better to have a team around you. So can you find a buddy that's working towards the same goal with you? Is there someone you can mentor? So I know with my trading stuff, I have to join an online group that's going to be able to help me understand what I'm doing and understand the psychology of training. Is there anyone you can work with as a mentor, or is there anyone that wants to work towards the same goal as you that you can rely on? So with this, it's Ginny. So in terms of going to the Arnold's, I have training buddies in the afternoons with Ginny and Jay. So this is how I define that help for me. So I'm going to put this up on the page, print it out, or just write it down in a notepad. You don't have to use this sheet. but we want to come up with about 3 to 5 goals and have this sheet filled out by next Monday. Hit us up if you've got any questions and we'll start making magic.